Track wrestling in Newark, Delaware. Ohio State coach Tom Ryan. Buckeyes winners tonight, 39-10 over Princeton. Lots of positives for Ohio State. What pleased you most?
Pleased me most. Let's see. Not necessarily the score. I think. I don't know. I wasn't overly pleased by anything most.
Okay.
I think I like Colin Moore's effort as always.
Yeah.
I thought we saw some really good effort out there. You're going to be in close matches. So the first thing that comes to mind for me was one although the score was 39-0.
Yeah.
Although the score was 39-0, there were a lot more. There was a lot of close matches, right? So I guess if there's one thing, if you win 1 out of 3 close matches, you think one way. When you win all the close ones, it's more than just, hey, we found a way to win. So we won a freshman at 25, 10 seconds to go, goes back to the center. That sticks in my mind. Goes back in the center, finds a way to get a reversal and back points to win the match. You need the back points, but you need the reversal. Keyshawn was the match of the night was 49. That was the match tonight. I think both guys could have been a little more offensive. We could have shot a little more, but when you can ride like Keyshawn did, and you ride the guy out, I mean, Keyshawn has a number of ways to beat you, and his top game is really good. So that was probably the match tonight. And then the other one that sticks out for me is Colin Moore. Colin that's a good young freshman who's strong, and Colin just kept coming as he does, and so we're continuing to learn things about our team from an energy standpoint, with a 1 hour weigh-in, and I thought overall energy looked pretty good.
You guys are on the road this weekend, couple neutral site duels.
Yeah.
What made these appealing for you?
Yeah, well, this was, Delaware. We'd love to see Delaware start a wrestling program, right? So you bring a college, event. So I like that. I like the idea of that. I like the fact that there's a lot of prospects here. Most of the guys in our lineup have competed here. It's a great event. I like that. We have some guys from the East Coast, so their parents, got to see them wrestle. So there was a number of reasons why we felt it would be a good event here to come down. Obviously, again, a lot of prospects, good event, good crowd. So yeah, East Coast, strong wrestling. So showcase the team.
Your scheduling is kind of unique to me in the fact that you don't go to a holiday tournament.
Yeah.
I think most everybody does. You guys, I don't think have done it since your first year.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I stopped going to holiday tournaments. Well, I felt that I don't want to imply that other people don't feel that competing over holiday means that you don't embrace just family. But I found that even if you compete 4 days after the holidays, the student athlete is still in competition mode. And I really believe that as much as we need to physically unload, we need to mentally unload at times. And to be able to go home and just sit on the couch and enjoy your family and not be in competition frame of mind, I think it's important for them. We get enough competition during the year without going. So when, obviously it was after I lost my son, to be quite frank about it. That year, from that year on, we just stopped doing it. It gave me a different vantage point. It gave me a vision correction. We don't need these events to make sure that our team is ready in March. The other piece was from Hofstra to Ohio State. When I was at Hofstra, we did, and part of that was we needed tougher competition at times. And at Ohio State, we see plenty of tough competition. So I like giving our guys that emotional break during this time of year, and that's why we don't.
So you wrestle Sunday, down in the Atlanta area, and then you turn the guys loose for a little while?
Yeah, so they'll wrestle Sunday. We like that event. We have a lot of alumni down in the Atlanta area, in Alpharetta. And then John Bardis is a great friend of Ohio State, a great friend of mine. I mean, a really great example for the sport. And he's done a lot to help me in general as a leader. So he owns a cooler down there, so we're going to wrestle in the cooler again. So it's a chance to foster relationships, be in front of our alumni down there. And then right after the event, everybody leaves, and they report back in on the 27th at 5 o'clock. So we compete on the 17th. They're home from the 18th to the 27th, 5 p.m. We start, and it's nice too for our student athletes because they get to go home and they don't sit around. They go back to their high school, show their teammates some things they learned, how much stronger they got, how special they are now. They're a Buckeye. So it's good for them to, just be around and kind of pay it forward type of thinking. So, yeah.
What have you learned about Deshaun and Joey that you didn't know before they joined your program?
Well, you never know what kind of team member they're going to be, right? You don't really know. They're incredible team members. They get along really well with the team, and everybody wants people around there that are one, willing to do anything for the team. That's number one. And number two, they're just good people, right? Nobody wants someone who doesn't really care about his team and is hard to be around. So from a fundamental culture standpoint, and culture trumps it all. They fit in perfectly. They also are really committed to what they're doing. I figured they were, right? One guy who leaves Pitt a full, comes to Ohio State, and he's got some people around the weight that could challenge him. And then Joey, leaving Stanford, coming to Ohio State, it showed a lot about their passion, their love for the sport, and their desire to be with us. I've seen their work ethic, their suffering, their willingness to suffer, their willingness to do the things that, are hard. So, really, obviously, those were two guys that, when we grabbed them, and now I see them day in and day out, you start to think that, this is a team that's really special. This is a team right now that I feel that if each guy wrestled their best, why couldn't they win it? No, I'm not saying that there's not people that would say, how's he going to be? They have enough ability and love for what they do that if they were really on in that weekend, no one could say anything about any one of my weight classes that how could he possibly beat this guy? Well, I think he could.
Yeah,
nice.
I was going to say 10 All-Americans is definitely within reach.
Yeah, I think it's within reach. We have to be, more aggressive than we were tonight. We weren't quite aggressive enough. We've got to continually put ourselves in scoring positions. But yeah, I think that this team, we don't talk a lot about it because we just don't. You don't need to. I mean, these guys are all, they want to be elite. They want to leave a legacy, right? These are things they think about. So we're just having a good time. We're working really hard. And they're just a lot of fun to be around. This is a lot of fun coaching these guys.
What is the biggest difference between Luke Pletcher now and him a year ago?
Well, a year in the room, he's wrestling Logan, he's wrestling Joey now, and Tomasello, and some of the little leaks, in your boat, they start to get sealed when you're challenged at the level he's being challenged at. He was a 41 last year, so he's really more of a 33-pounder, and he's still managing his weight. He doesn't have the energy in a 1 hour weigh-in that he had like in Vegas, or the 2 hour weigh-in. He was just a little more energy. But Luke Pletcher is very, very, very hard to beat. He has a super high IQ when it comes to wrestling. He can defend really well, get in his leg, he can score on you. He's got a couple different shots that are tricky. He can ride you. So we're excited about Luke. And so I would just say overall the hardening. Right, the hardening that 365 days of being with people that are going to expose your weaknesses has done. Right, that's the formula for success, and he's embraced it, and he's wrestling really well.
How is Nathan Tomasello doing, and do you anticipate he'll be in your lineup against Maryland?
Nathan wanted to wrestle tonight. Nathan wants to go. He's ready to go. Our doctors handle that. We talk to our docs. We're just being overly cautious. Nathan is. He is not a zoo shark, right? He's in the wild, right? He doesn't get fed every, like a zoo shark is real happy swimming in that water, knowing that someone's gonna. He is a ferocious competitor. It's his senior year, and he wants to be in there, and he wants to help the team. It hurts him that he's not leading this team off in these dual meets, but the best thing for him is just to hold tight, continue to strengthen the injury. And he's really ready to go. He looks great in practice. He weighed in the other day. We put him through a really tough workout right after the weigh-in, and he handled it extremely well. So Nate's ready to go, and we're excited about getting him back in there.
Kyle rejoins you on Sunday?
Yeah, Kyle will be there on Sunday. He's at the training center. He does a great job managing his schedule. Bill Zadek and the USA staff and us have a great relationship. A lot of give and take. Some non-negotiables on their end, some non-negotiables on our end. We make it work. What's best for Kyle is the bottom line, and he continues to get better. And he had a great week of practice out there, I guess. And so we're looking forward to. I miss him. When he's not around, I miss him.
What do you miss most about not having him around?
His optimism, who he is, his love for what he does. It's every morning. Every morning is Christmas morning in the wrestling room with him because he can't wait to come in there, can't wait to get better, can't wait to learn, can't wait to share his wisdom with other people. He's really special, And I'm excited that, you know, I'm not excited he's a senior, but I'm excited that, you know, when he's done wrestling for Ohio State University, he'll remain in our program for a long time, right? He'll be a you know, Ohio RTC guy until he's done wrestling. And that gives him the chance to really, really impact a lot of Buckeyes' lives.
Has the fact that he's gone off and done the international stuff and got such a unique schedule, has that worked out better than you anticipated it would when you started looking at it?
Fundamentally, the principles of his life are so foundational that no matter what he chooses is going to work. So he's just so rooted in the right things that I don't, you know, he seeks really good counsel. So he's got a lot of really good minds that he listens to. His dad is really special, right? So he's starting at home. His mom, so he's great counsel there. He listens, and it's worked. I mean, who could ever say, right, that, you know, this is the plan and it's going to work the way it's worked? It's almost like, you know, I mean, it's I don't want to use the word miraculous, but it's unbelievable, right? I mean, who thought he went, you know, two world titles, Olympic gold medal, you know, win the last 2 NCAA titles. I did think he'd be a 4-time national champion.
Yeah.
I did think that. When he came in the room and I saw his work ethic, and I was confident, extremely confident he was going to win that night, the year he got caught. And obviously, no disrespect, credit to Gatson, did a tremendous job in catching him in that position. But yeah, it's been one of those journeys that's just, I mean, how do you define it, right? Other than, I've said it before, I think he's the greatest wrestler of all time, the greatest collegiate wrestler of all time, and he has the credentials that we can make that argument.
How's he made you a better coach?
He's taught me. He's an old soul, right? This guy has got tremendous wisdom. The only thing that goes into his brain are things that make sense. So he's an incredible siphon, right? He reads scripture constantly. He reads things that are going to build him up. He doesn't allow nonsense to come in. I say he's a great landlord of his mind, right? He guards it. And when you guard your mind like he does from the world, the only things that come out of you is fruit, right? I mean, and he's just so fruitful. And he's made me a better coach, better leader, probably a better husband, probably a better friend, probably a better father. There's an awareness and a calm about him. And Logan was similar. You know, I mean, I have a lot of guys that have, you know, this isn't lead one way, right? I've had a lot of men that I've coached that have led me as well. So, but I would be hard-pressed to find someone that's been a better leader than this guy.
Good stuff. You have anything else for us?
Yeah, no, thanks. Thanks for all you guys do.